Well, last week's video got some knickers in a twist, didn't it? Hey! Yeah, I did say I was getting rid of the toys, but if you notice, I went toys. You could class this as a toy. It's non-lethal. It would bloody hurt if it hit you. But the toys in brackets was aimed at all the haters out there. I just want to get this point out there because I did get a hell of a lot of bloody comments and emails and God knows what. How dare you call them toys, this, that and the other. Ooh. It was tongue-in-cheek. I was having a laugh. You know, come on, us Brits are known for our humour. And it was just a dig at all the haters out there that comment on every one of these sort of home defence, non-lethal guns. Said, oh, that's a toy, I've got the real thing, this, that and the other, you know. Yes, I've got the real thing, but I still like playing with these. Playing with toys. So that's got that cleared up. I wasn't meaning to offend anyone, and all the people that say, come around my place and I'll shoot you with it and this, that and the other. I'm not interested in all that. I don't want to get shot by a non-lethal gun because it's still going to bloody hurt. In today's video, we're going to try something a little bit different. It's not going to be ideal, but we're going to see if it makes a difference. This is the HDX 68. It's the 7.5 dual version. It's got the power kit fitted and all the bits and pieces done inside. You can see previous videos I've done on that. I'll put the link to the HDX playlist up above. But as you all know, CO2 goes in that tube. Now I think this is the same for the 7.5 dual and the 16 dual version. Now I did say that the pipe would stick out that end. That's not going to happen because that's the safety button. So what I'm going to have to do is just take that end off using that. This is going to look very Heath Robinson, but it should give us a rough idea. Now I think the 40 dual version, I've got this adapter here from our friends over at Home Defence 24. I did have, it's on the floor now. Just an adapter that I can plug the airline on with the regulator, and then I can plug the HPA bottle onto the airline. So all I'm going to do is screw that in the end there, because I think, yeah, that's the same. Just tighten that down. Plug it in. So you're not going to be able to get it into your shoulder, but I will be able to shoot it through the chronograph and we'll see what difference this makes. Now, I'm going to... No, what am I doing? Wrong one. So I'm going to put some CO2 in it first. We'll fire that through the chronograph, see what sort of power that makes. I'm going to use the same ammunition on both tests, and we'll see if it makes any difference. So I'll get it loaded up with CO2. I'll be using the, if I can find them, I'll be using the Umarex steel rubber balls, or rubber steel balls, just for this test. And hopefully next week I can get out on the range. We're so busy at the minute trying to get all the land sorted out. It's a bit of a big garden. We've got a lot of projects on the go elsewhere, so I'm just fitting this in while the Hobbit's taking the dogs out. But next week I'm going to get a load of guns out on the range and have a proper bit of shooting out there. So this is just going to be a bit of a test, shooting it through the chronograph and see what we can come up with. So I'll get it loaded up with CO2 and we'll see you at the chrono. 6.9 grams. .69 joules. 26.54. Right, that's the CO2. I'll stick the HPA on now. Got the HPA on. It's going to be a bit awkward holding this, but... Oh dear, what's going on? Back to the drawing board with that one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This regulator only went up to about 700 psi. I had over 2,500 psi in the bottle, but that's only going up to 700. And for some reason, that wasn't putting out a lot of power. I was expecting big things with this. I will have to consult. Oh, it always happens to me, doesn't it? I don't know what... On all these forums and Facebook groups, people say, oh yeah, I'm getting 80 joules, I'm getting 90 joules, this, that and the other. I've tuned this up. Now, this has gone from 7.5 joules, but even then it was still underpowered. It's now averaging sort of 24, 25. That's with this ammunition. I've got some different ammunition to try when we get out on the range. I was expecting more with this. Whether it's the regulator, I'll have to get in touch with Florin, Home Defence 24, and see what's what. But when I'm going to get this out on the range, I'm going to plug this into the HDR 50. It might be a bit better suited to that. But this and this don't seem to mix very well. I know you can get larger bottles and different regulators that put more pressure in. I mean, that was sort of going from 700 down to 500. So let me know, what am I doing wrong? Who knows? But we won't give up. We'll keep on trying. It was a bit of an experiment and I needed to do a video for this week anyway, so it's now back to gardening duties until next week, and I'll get out on the range. New rifle turning up today, so some of you might be interested in that. I won't give away too many clues, but some of you probably already know if you've watched the community posts. There you go. Further experimenting to go, so that we'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.